Hi friends, good morning and welcome back. Welcome to the video series from Exuberant Consulting. In today's video, we are going to see how to create additional currencies and parallel ledgers in our SAP system. So as you know, SAP HANA allows up to 8 additional currencies other than the local and second local currency. In this example, we'll see how to create a new currency Hong Kong dollar and use it in our company code. So to give some background, our company code is based in USA. But nowadays many companies have requirements that they need to do group reporting in some other region using some other currency. So let us assume that our company also has an office, a kind of a controlling office in Hong Kong, and they would like to have a Hong Kong dollar as well as an additional reporting currency. So in this example, we will see how to do that. Also, parallel ledgers have been available for a while, but now they have been integrated into the design of the financial configuration. So we'll see how we can create a ledger and assign it to our company code. One thing to note is that the parallel ledgers can use a different fiscal year variant than the original ledger. This means in countries like India, where we follow the March to April to March fiscal year, we can have the Indian subsidiary report in its parallel ledger using this fiscal year variant. So with this, I will now go to the configuration. So let's log into our SAP system and go to SPRO transaction where we'll do the configuration for additional currency as well as parallel ledgers. So you go to financial accounting. I will just show you briefly how the enterprise structure looks like, how the company code looks like. So go to global parameters for company code and enter global parameters. And our company code today is 9090, which is Next Gen Enterprises, and it's based in USA in Salt Lake City. So the currency is USD, needless to say. And we are using the INT chart of accounts, and the default fee status variance and fiscal year Q4. So with this background, we will now go to the menu under ledgers under the same financial accounting global settings, and go to ledger and define settings for ledger and currency type. So this is one of the very important configurations in the new menu for S4HANA, and it allows you to create new currencies and parallel ledgers. So as I said earlier, nowadays now this company is based in USA. Maybe it has a parallel reporting organization in Hong Kong, and therefore it would like all its figures to appear in HKD as well. So let's go to, first we'll create a currency type. You can create a custom currency type here, so we will call it like Y something, uh, Y1, let's say, and enter a brief description, which is a text description. And in this script, you really don't need to specify which currency you are going to use. That we are going to do in the next screen. So the short description is HKD global currency, and let's go to fill in all the relevant things. So here the definition. If you see the settings definition level, we are going to set it as global because we want all our company codes to be using this currency. So let's say tomorrow I configure a company in India, I want it to report in HKD as well. So I will set it to global, and then go to the next setup. So in the next screen, I need to tell SAP, will be there in a minute, it's a bit slow there, how the translation is going to happen between this new currency and the company code local currency. So generally we translate using the M rate, but you are free to use any other rate as well if that particular organization needs it. So let's go to global currency conversion settings, and here we are going to configure our settings for Y1. So Y1, here I need to specify which is the target currency, that is which is the Y1 currency, and here we decided it's HKD, and you know source currency tells you from which currency the translation is going to happen. So generally it's the local currency or the company code currency, and we are using the M rate, and the date is the so which date is the relevant date for translation? In our case it's the posting date. So in the next steps, we will see how we can use this additional currency actually in our company code 9090. And for that, we will now navigate to the menu option called Ledger below. Go to the option called Ledger. Click on that. And here you can see the leading ledger. Now the leading ledger is actually assigned to all company codes, because that is the ledger which primarily posts into your financial books. So if you see, we already have two currencies. One is the local currency and group currency. So now we will add this Y1 freely defined currency in the freely defined currency one field, and of course SAP gives you a warning message. You should not do this in a production system where you already have entries. So this configuration is to be done only the first time you set up a company code, not for an existing company code. So be very careful when you change the settings for an existing company code, because it may have repercussions when it goes into the subsequent system. So for the while, we are assuming that this is our development system, and all these configurations will be transported for a greenfield implementation project. So we don't need to really worry about what is there in production. If you want to do it for a production system, this has to run as a separate project. So now we'll assign a accounting principle to it also. Uh, okay, now first let us set up another ledger, parallel ledger, and it is a local ledger for US, local ledger for all the. So for example, if I have company in India, then I might need to do some local adjustments which are not really required in the global reporting. So my zero ledger is for global reporting, and my local ledger is for additional local reporting. So in SAP, now you see the ledger. Okay, the I1 is used up, so we'll use something like I9. Let's say I9. So the ledger type, now here there are two ledger types. One is the standard ledger, that is what we are creating, and one is an extension ledger. So extension ledger sits on top of a standard ledger, and it inherits everything from the standard ledger, plus you can post something in the uh, extension ledger. So extension ledger is used for some specific purposes, like commitments, for example, or for predictive accounting. So we will not use the extension ledger right now. We'll use the standard ledger. And now if you go to the company code settings again, you can use it for so here you see that the fiscal year can be different, and I can assign a different year, though it's not necessary that you do that, but it is a possibility that you can assign a different fiscal year. So it gives, SAP will give you warning messages all the time that you shouldn't do if your system is already live. You should be very careful with this if your system is already live. So here we are assuming that we are just setting up the system, and so yeah, I'm kind of ignoring the warning messages. So here you can see that fiscal year variant and posting period variant can both be changed in this parallel ledger. So now we'll save this, and now our settings are done. So now in the next screen we'll see, in the coming screens we'll see If we post a document into 9090, how is that updated in ACIDOCA table? So is the HKD currency also updated? So that I'll show you in a minute. So let's save this and exit the configuration, and then we'll go to posting and accounting entry. So before that, we'll assign this to an accounting principal. So this would be like, in this case, US GAAP, because 9090 is a US company code. So US GAAP is local GAAP, and the leading ledger would be assigned to some kind of, let's say, IFRS, which is the worldwide, on which the worldwide reporting happens. So you're using two different principles for two ledgers. So now let us go to posting and accounting entry. So let's post an accounting entry using F-02, and let's see how the currencies appear. So I'm going to post this document in my company code 9090, which we configured, but I'm going to post it not in its local currency, but we'll post it in another currency. Let's post it in GBP instead. So yeah, debit one expense account is 473,130. I think it's other means of communication. So some kind of expense account. So here you can see that I need to give a cost center because it is a primary cost element. And let's search for cost centers. And yeah, here you can see cost center here. And enter some text like a test or a document or something like that, and the credit will goes to the petty cash account, which is like 100000 in this chart of accounts. So the amount is same, and let's simulate and post the document. So you can see that based on the exchange rate, it has already converted into USD. And once I post it, I will take a look at the document, and here you can see the document. Let me change the layout of that, because we want to display all the currencies. So here I change the layout, and here you can see that the third currency is also displayed, and it's called the global reporting amount. So that is how it is displayed in all the currencies. So thanks a lot for watching these videos, and do subscribe to our channel, and in case of any questions, do write to our email ID. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.